All right, thank you, everybody. This is Keith Varian, and I am calling to order the February 8th Golf Commission meeting of the Town of Fairfield. I will take attendance to start. Peter Seacrest, are you here?
I'm here.
Great. Michael Feinstein, are you here?
I'm here.
Right. Christine Hogan.
I'm here.
Liam Herron.
I'm here.
Paul Gleason.
I'm here.
And Priscilla Schultz.
I'm here.
Great. Anthony Calabrese from Parks and Rec, are you here?
I'm here. Thank you.
All right. Bob Bigonette, are you here?
I'm here, thank you.
All right. Peter Grace, are you here? Not yet. All right. Well, maybe he'll be here when we get to him. All right. I'm going to waive the Pledge of
Peter
Allegiance.
Grace is here. He's muted.
Oh, okay.
Peter Grace is here.
Peter, you're on mute. There he is. Hi, Peter.
Hello. Technical logic in now.
You're in. All right. First, we'll need to act on the January 11th minutes. Have each of you had a chance to look at those, and does anybody have any comments to them?
I have looked at them and nothing to add from here.
Hello.
All right. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I will make a motion. This is Priscilla.
Okay.
Peter will second.
Second?
Peter. I'll
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right. Any
Liam
noes?
abstains.
And Liam abstains. Perfect. All right. The pro report. Bob, welcome. And do you have anything to report?
Everything's going well up there. Very busy getting things ready for the season. Been doing a lot of ordering product and stuff. I'm very excited. Hopefully the snow will melt fast. Besides that, not much to report that we won't be
Great.
talking about later.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Okay. Anthony, you want to give a report?
Yep, this is Anthony. Everybody should have received a copy of the January numbers. Obviously, the courses were closed, so we didn't have any rounds played, but revenue is up due to season passes. We're about 3 times as many as we sold last year at this time, and IDs are up, and we've sold about twice as many as we did last year at this time. So off to a good start for the new year.
That's great. People are interested in playing, so that's good. All right. Peter, I know you guys walked the course. Anything you want to update us on?
It's a little tough to walk the course now because we got snow coming and we got more snow on Friday. But we diagnosed a few things or figured out a few things we want to do. And Paul Gleason and I and Priscilla and Anthony, we all agreed that, let's just go one hole at a time. We'll start on 1 and 2 and move on forward, tree work. And, there's a lot of things out there, whether it be frost delays or trees blocking the sunlight that greens and tees, trees that needed to be removed. So we figured we'd go right in order, 1, 2, 3, through. So this was part of it. And building the tees, we picked out a spot for the 4th tee. I had a crew all lined up to come and do tree work, but right now with all the snow coming, it's going to be a little tough to do that. So we're doing a lot of inside work, and then obviously we're doing a lot of plowing and shoveling.
Right. Good. And I know we've talked about this in the past, but can you, even just by an email, just send me a list of sort of your to-do list or your priority list of what you're going to be working on at the course so that we just know what you're doing there?
Yeah, I don't. Yes, I will. I'm a little short-handed up here, but hopefully that'll start working itself out. But I will get that list. I have a list right here. I can send it out. I'll send it out to you this week.
Yeah, no rush. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Greens Committee. It's probably pretty similar to Peter's report.
Yeah.
Sorry, Peter. Are you done? Anything else?
No. I'd love to be open, but that's not going to be happening.
Right. All right. Moving on then. Greens Committee. Priscilla and Paul.
Yep. Well, as Peter said, we had a very productive walking of the course. We went through a lot of holes and, picked out where the tee was going to go, as Peter said, on 4 and possible tee improvements with 7 and 15 and 17. Looked at those just as far as enlarging them, but it was great, and it was a nice day for a walk. A little chilly. We got snowed on a little bit. I'm not sure Anthony had his proper shoes on to walk the course, but besides that, I thought it was very productive.
Good.
I would just add to what both Peter and Priscilla mentioned. As you walk the course, looking at what Peter was describing as a one hole at a time issue, I would say in the thousands or tens of thousands of trees need to be taken down over a very long period of time, whether it's 10 years or more. But I would suggest that a 10-year plan be used, because some of the holes where you're taking, you might do one, and that when you do one, that might also take care of some of the tree issues on 2, so you might be able to cut it down to 10 years. But I think we all agreed hole by hole and just tackle it 1 year at a time. There was an issue on the second tee box that I'd just like to get on the table. I think everybody agreed it's a bit of an issue with lack of sunlight, but to get the trees down, you have to encroach on the wetlands. And once you encroach on the wetlands, it becomes a major issue in this town. So I would say we might want to look a little bit ahead in the future in terms of getting the people involved that might stop us from cutting some of those trees down, because number 2 tee box is definitely being impaired by lack of sunlight. I won't say anything else about 7 other than the fact that there's an irrigation issue there that's going to have to be tackled relative to Priscilla getting a forward tee. We found the spot, but I think that's a big issue for Peter to get the irrigation over with all the trees and roots and everything he's going to have to deal with. And then last but not least, coming up 18, we discussed the alternatives behind the green and in front of the patio. And I think there were 2 alternatives we talked about. One was a short stone wall, and the other was a set of low shrubs that would impair, it'd be a natural barrier and attractive for impeding golf balls going into the patio. But those are my notes from the walkthrough, and it was also excellent. I have to say that getting to see it finished was awesome. I feel bad for Bob, because there's not a lot of room in that pro shop for him to display goods, but I'm sure he'll be creative and find a way to do that.
Good. That's a great report. I'm sorry I missed it. I had a conflict that day and couldn't attend, and I was bummed out for not to be able to walk the course and see the clubhouse. So I'm glad you guys were there and had a good tour and a good walk.
Kevin.
Good.
Kevin, this is Peter. I just want to call. It's wetlands. It's Grace Richardson.
Go ahead, Peter.
I don't know what.
No, I'm just saying. Paul mentioned it's Grace Richardson Reserve is where those trees are.
Oh, I'm sorry for my
misunderstanding, Peter. So that's Grace Richardson, but that's not wetlands?
No, it's not wetlands. It's Grace Richardson.
I don't understand that. That's a different part of the town government, or is it independent of the town government?
It falls under conservation.
Yeah.
In any case, Peter, you did do a good job of telling me it's going to be a headache.
Well, we'll do what we can.
Not easy. We'll see. We'll get to that. But I was just correcting that it's not wetlands. It's Grace Richardson Reserve Area, conservation area.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Anthony, do you want to give us a clubhouse building update? Just kind of let us know where things stand right now.
Yeah, I could do that. So the clubhouse, for the most part, just has a few punch list items that need to be completed. We're in the process of getting Bob in there and set up. We walked the pro shop today with the IT department, IT director, and some of his staff, just to make sure things are in the right place. So terminals get set up in the right spot, and Bob's office is all set. Our concessionaire, Boca, is unofficially as of today. I'll hopefully be turning keys over to them tomorrow, but I know they're on the on the agenda a little later today to talk about menus. But they will be. I know they've got some deliveries for walk-in coolers and things of that nature to start outfitting the place this week. So you should start seeing a lot of progress being made. And then there's a few outstanding items. Obviously, the starter shed, the fire pit, and there's probably 9 other items that need to be ordered in hopes of having them installed and in place by the time the golf course opens. But we just received that list from the building committee, so the town is mulling that over, and the administration and the purchasing department will guide us on when we can place those orders. But I did go through the list, gave them things that need to be a priority, with the starter shed being number 1. So as soon as they can order it, they will order it. Happy to take any questions.
Any idea what they need to start placing those orders, just so we can push it and make sure that we have as much as we can for opening day?
The only thing the administration is looking for right now is for the turnover of the building and the building committee to disband. So I don't know when that's going to happen. That's just kind of a point of contention right now between the building committee and the administration. So the items, to my knowledge, will all be ordered. It's just semantics at this point.
And then do you anticipate those final items being coordinated by you and your team, or with the golf commission, or a combination of both?
I believe it'll be spearheaded by my department ordering them. I'm not sure if they're going to keep like an executive committee, like a smaller committee from the building committee in place, or either way, I'll work in conjunction with the owner's rep, Craig Curley, obviously, and I'll keep you guys apprised of everything that's going on. But I think it's just really semantics at this point. I don't see any of these items really being held up in the long run. So.
Yep.
No, that's
I know.
great.
Craig's done a good job of keeping us included too. So I'll be in the loop. Go ahead. Anybody else have any questions for Anthony on that? All right. But it looks great from the outside. Like I said, I haven't been in it, so I am excited to see. A quick question for you then. The signs. I know that's part of the final completion plan, but have the design of the signs, the internal signs and the exterior sign on the building, where are we with those?
So I've been working on the signs for the front of the entrance, right when you walk or when you drive into Smith Richardson, where we used to have the signs right at the main entrance. So I have a design that was kicked back to me today in draft form from our sign creator. I believe I shared that with you, Keith, with Craig Curley from the building committee. I shared it with Boca, and I believe I shared it with Bob, just to kind of get initial feedback to see if I was on the right track with the design itself, because it was a design that I had kind of come up with using the different logos from Smith and from Boca. But yeah, so far the feedback's been positive. So I think this is the design we're going to end up going with. And if that's the case, I will send it out to the commission so you guys can all see. And then I've got to come up with the sign for the main.
Hold on 1 second. Crew, could you mute whoever that is making the background noise? All right, it stopped either way. If there's somebody has noise in the background, please mute your phone. Sorry, go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, no, sorry. So the only sign that right now is outstanding that I'll have to, I still have to design is the one for the front entrance of the actual building. But it's going to be a standalone. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, that's what I was asking about. Yeah, it's going to be a standalone sign. We honestly, we may do two different signs. One that says Smith Richardson Clubhouse Golf Course, and then a separate one for Boca. It's not going to be on the building. It'll be a standalone sign, but I want to talk to Boca a little more about that because I want it to be very obvious where the restaurant is and where the pro shop is. But all the wayfinder signage inside the building and all the other signage for outside the building saying cart drop off and temp tee this way, all that signage. I'm going to probably use all the stuff that Craig Curley had sent in his project completion. Yeah,
that looked good.
Yeah, it all looked pretty good.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, great. That's helpful. All right, if nothing else for Anthony, we will move on to the tee time systems. As you all know, we had a subcommittee and they are ready to make a recommendation. Christine, you want to walk us through your committee's recommendation?
Sure. So we looked at 3 different systems, T-Snap, Lightspeed, and 4UP. We had demonstrations over a couple hours last week. Then we kind of looked at what was important to us, and in the end, everyone agreed wholeheartedly to go with 4UP. So, and I think the major reason everyone liked it is the ease of use for the resident. It quickly times out, so we couldn't find any way it could abuse the system, people getting too many times. Bob really liked the back of the house. We thought when you got to the course, it was going to be the easiest one to use. And all in all, we thought this knew the most about public golf courses. So that's kind of our synopsis, if anyone wants to add anything.
Yeah, I'll just echo.
Go ahead, Mike.
I'll just say something. So I'll echo what Christine said. One thing I'll want to make a point of is saying Bob did a great job of doing a lot of the back, the legwork behind the scenes and narrowing it down to the 3. And I think all 3 were quality and were all very good, and I think it would be an upgrade on what we currently have. But I do agree with Christine. I think our primary goal was to find something that was going to be the most user-friendly, for the golfer. Obviously, we wanted it to be easy for Bob and his staff too. But I think by far and away, 4UP looks to be just has the best overall interface, and I think we'll provide the best experience for the golfer.
And I'm just going to echo Mike's comments also. Basically, for the enhanced customer experience, night and day difference over what the Vermont systems has brought us. And again, Bob, just to echo again what Mike said about Bob doing a great job with all the legwork and three quality systems. But 4UP was definitely outshined the other 2 by far.
Could I ask you a question, Paul? There were 2 major issues I had with the old system. One was you get on at 5 o'clock on the nose. You look for a specific tee time, let's say 8 o'clock, and it was very kludgy in terms of if you didn't get 8 or you got it and you didn't click through quick enough, you were then out looking at 9 or 9:30. So question number 1 is, could someone explain how that works, where you have multiple people looking for the same tee time? And question number 2 is canceling. As we all know, if you had a tee time and you wanted to cancel it, you had to call a pro shop. So if you could explain those 2 things, just how it works with 4UP.
I think Bob's going to be able to answer that best in terms of the tee time system. But I will tell you, it is not true you had to call the pro shop. If you worked through the site, you could actually cancel a time yourself. I think they liked when we called because then it could open it up quicker maybe, but you could cancel. Bob, do you think that you feel strong enough to tell them how the times are reserved?
I do feel confident. I've talked to them extensively. So basically the difference with 4UP compared to Vermont is 4UP is real time. So if 8 o'clock is already taken, it won't even let you pick 8 o'clock. You'll have the whole tee sheet there, so you can pick another time. It won't even let you, if someone's already in trying to book 8 o'clock, you won't even have the option to get 8 o'clock ball. So you won't be wasting your time. It's the real time aspect of it is what's really exciting to me. So basically, you won't ever waste your time trying to get a time that you can't ever get because someone's already in the process of booking it. So do I think it'll eliminate the demand side of tee times at Smith? No, but I do think it'll eliminate the frustration of, hey, I got up at 5 a.m. looking for an 8 o'clock time. By the time I got circled out, it's at 11. I don't think that's going to happen nearly as much.
Right.
What other courses in the area use 4UP? Any of them?
What's that? I'm sorry.
The courses that use 4UP. He told us. Yeah.
Yeah, so Tashua is implementing it as we speak. I reached out to a couple of people who use it. I talked to the lady who runs Bethpage State Park, which is an enormous operation, and she gave it a glowing recommendation. And I've known her, and I respect her opinion. With 4UP.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Is there an app or something on my phone, or do I have to go? How do I book it through 4UP?
It's 100% app-based. Any device, anywhere, you can book it.
Well, actually, I think, Bob, I remember asking. They did not have an app, but obviously you could do it anywhere. It's all cloud-based.
Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
I misspoke there.
Right.
It's just like you'll have an app on your phone.
But they're coming out with an app. They told us, right?
I do think they're gonna have an app before too long. Correct.
Yeah, right. But you can also, you can do it just through the internet on your phone, right? At this point,
Sure.
But they were the.
How soon could they?
The one.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
How soon could they have us up and running?
They said very quickly, Bob. Right? They were ready to. It's a very short process, and they said we could be ready for this season.
For opening
They
day.
did assure us that we could be ready for early March.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And Anthony, will there be issues with the town on this?
I think Bob talked to Anthony about that. Maybe Anthony could answer that.
I didn't hear the question.
So, Anthony, we were wondering about getting approval through the town for this product.
Well, the approval process I've already gotten from purchasing is, that we can go with any of these software systems we want since we put this out to bid twice without any success. So obviously, paying for this system is one thing. I know Bob is working on getting the price down, but the quoted price, or at least the price that I think Christine included, was around $9,000 or a little more. We're currently paying $2,500 for the golf portion that we have. So we'll have to find that money in the budget somewhere. So, whatever Peter's doing is I'm going to be taking about $7,000 from it to allocate to this golf software. But there's other things that still have to happen as far as getting this installed and up and ready. We've got to have our IT department have a chat with their 4UP's IT people to make sure that we've got everything we need to support that software. I know, from what I understand, that this company's used Munis, which is the town's financial software. We just have to make sure, again, that it it connects. So that the money side of things just goes over to finance. And if it doesn't, we've got to figure out, how my staff is going to be inputting those numbers daily. And I'm hoping that's not going to create extra work, for my staff. But we have to still figure that out. We're going to have to figure out, what are we doing with season passes? What are we doing with golf ID? All of those things that we've been selling and doing, will they just transfer over? Gift cards. Can they do gift cards? We've got tons of gift cards that have been sold for years and years and years. So trying to get the cross-reference and all that set up. So am I optimistic that this would be in place by the start of the season? Not really, but I'm willing to do what it takes if that's what the Golf Commission and Bob want to do. We've got the green light. It's just there's a lot of little pieces we've got to make sure align properly.
Oh, I think what I'm hearing is that, assuming this is what the Golf Commission wants to do, and it sounds like a great option, is that we would be approving those steps now, right? Is to go find the funds out of the budget to begin the coordination process with the town and the town software to make sure it can work and get that into place so that we can put the new system into place and to make sure that there are no roadblocks. And because at this point, Anthony, you and your team have not vetted 4UP yet, correct?
Correct.
You haven't been part of this. Right.
No, I only got.
But I think what we're going to do then is, assuming we vote here and approve it, is that we are telling you this is our preferred contractor, and to now begin that process to make sure it works from your point of view.
That sounds good to me.
So.
And Anthony, how long will that process take from your end?
I'll have to get on the phone with somebody from 4UP, or they'll have to give me a demo on the software itself, and then I'll have to either schedule a time with IT to sit in on that, or I'll have to have IT contact them directly, and then I've got to get on board. I got to get finance on board. I won't know until I talk to 4UP.
Okay.
All right, and let me know, Anthony, if you do a demo, I'd like to be part of that demo with you, and I'd like to understand whatever issues there are, if any, connecting it with the town. So if that's okay.
Not a problem.
All right. Anything else then before we vote on this? This is the one that you liked as well?
Absolutely.
Good. Okay. It seemed like it was a unanimous choice from everybody who was involved, so that's great. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve moving forward with the 4UP T system?
I motion to move forward with the 4UP T system. This is Christine Hogan.
This is Mike. I will second it.
Awesome. All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any noes? Any abstentions? All right.
You have some.
Can you guys mute your phone? Whoever's getting that background noise, would you mind muting? All right. Moving on to Boca. Peter and Yanni, are you on the call?
Fru, can you unmute them?
On?
I know they're on.
Okay, so I have to know who they are. Sorry. What are their names?
Peter Porzio and Yanni, I don't want to butcher his last name.
All right, let me see. I don't see any names like that, but I'm just going to...
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Hello?
There we go.
Can you hear us now?
Got it. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, me and Peter are both on.
Great. Hi, Yanni. How are you?
Good evening. How are you? Good evening, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Yanni.
Good. Thank you. Sorry to make you wait so long. We're hoping that maybe you could just kind of walk us through sort of where you are in the process and also your menus, and just kind of tell us what your vision is for the food at the restaurant.
Okay, so we, like Anthony said before, we just got let into the building today. So I was there all day today, pretty much. We have Optimum coming tomorrow, set up a phone, get a phone line. We have Southern Connecticut Gas coming Wednesday. We have our walk-in cooler, our plumber coming tomorrow to move a couple of water lines to get our walk-in coolers in, and we're going to start roughing things in. And then we have a little bit of cosmetic work to do, and then pretty much wait for equipment. The staff, I've already started hiring, so staffing's already going very well. And our menus are, I've shared with a few members on the committee, but our menus are, I think, are actually really good. So, I'd love to take questions on them if anyone has any questions about them. But we have a turn menu, a tournament menu, a lunch menu, and a dinner menu, obviously. And, we're pretty optimistic that we can get it done in time for the golf season.
Right. Yeah, I shared all the menus with the entire commission, so we've all seen them. And I think our goal here was to just ensure that you were offering, a full-service restaurant for all of the golfers. And from my point of view, the menu's awesome. It looks great. Particularly, I think the turn menu is just spectacular. I think it's going to be a big hit. And the goal here was just to sort of, from a high-level point of view, is get an understanding and ask any questions we have. We certainly don't want to micromanage your business, but we just want to make sure that everything is being offered that we need to be offered for the golf course.
Right.
So with that, I'll throw it open to the commission.
So right away, we have someone coming in we're going to be open for 6 o'clock in the morning. So our grill, or that little snack shop room, will be open at 6 o'clock in the morning for breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheeses or whatnot, coffee, iced coffee, snacks, whatever. We'll be open for service for 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll have a cook in there and someone taking orders or whatever. And then by the time you get on the 8th hole, we're going to have a QR code so you could directly order through your phone and have it ready by the time you come to the 10th hole on the turn. So we'll be a full-service restaurant for dine-in at 10 o'clock. But for breakfast, we'll be open through the snack shop or the grill room at 6 o'clock in the morning. And then we immediately
the grill room is your bar area?
No, the grill room I'm calling that little, what do you want to call it?
Service window.
The service window, where we're going to have like coolers and waters and stuff like that, where you can get your hot food and you get your breakfast in there.
Got it. Okay. That's great.
So to ask the question, the people that order those turn items, they can sit at the tables outside. Where do they eat this food? I understand that people that are actually at the 10th tee are going to take it with them and go, but the people that would buy like an egg and cheese in the morning, the tables will be out there and they can sit there. Is that the deal?
Absolutely, the tables will be out there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely, yeah.
Until it becomes
until it becomes a lunch crowd, and we're serving lunch out there. But yes, those tables early on till 11 o'clock a.m. will be used by whoever wants to use them.
So that would
works. Somebody that finishes playing at noon.
Right.
What menu do they use, and where? Is this menu available to them, or it's not?
Well, that room is open. The grill room is open. Anyone can walk in there and order food.
Yeah, but the tables that would be for sit down or dine in.
I guess the question is, like, at the end of a round, if we're done and we want to grab a burger at the end of a round, but we don't feel like going in and dining, what are the choices?
Well, you can be sat for food outside. You don't have to go inside. You can sit wherever you want. We'll sit you down. Absolutely, we'll sit anybody down.
$15 at that point, or is it still the burger that I'm seeing here for $5 for a cheeseburger?
Well, if you order, sir, if you want to order through the turn menu, you're more than welcome to order through the turn menu. It's also a different burger. It's a much different burger. It's a different burger experience. But no, But if you want to order that menu, absolutely can order whatever you want.
All right. Wait, one question I have is like if you're done at noon for the for your round and you just want to grab that burger or something like that from the turn menu, will there be enough seating for those people outside, or is there going to be a set area for them to be able to sit at, or is that the restaurant that's being used for the lunch crowd?
Well, I mean, on a busy Saturday when we're doing brunch, ideally that we're hoping for a full restaurant.
Hey, can I jump in? This is Anthony.
So, but if those tables are available, you're more than welcome to sit on them. Other option. But we can put some picnic tables out there, or we can put some high tops out there. That'd be a great idea.
This is Anthony again. Can I just jump in here?
Sure.
I think it's important to recognize that a turn menu typically is like grab and go, right? Like you're playing through. You're not going to sit down for lunch and typically order off a turn menu. So they have two separate menus here, and I understand, and that's kind of what the question is. But I mean, if you were going to sit down at the restaurant, I would think you would be ordering off the lunch menu.
Right.
I apologize if
I'm wrong. Grab and go. I understand.
Everybody's trying to get around and pay for the $4 burger, which is fine, but
Yeah. But we listen. We'll adjust.
We could do that. We got to go.
We're open.
Yep.
But ideally we put that menu together for the golfers. For the golfers to benefit from it, where it's really inexpensive, it's really quick, it's really good. It's really, honestly, we're doing it for the golfers.
Right.
So if I can ask one other question.
Idea. I appreciate that. Yep.
One other question.
Go ahead.
Obviously, and I know, Yanni, you know this well, the golfer wants a beer at the end of the round. I don't see any. Sure. I see $300 bottles of wine, but I don't see any beers. What's the deal with beer?
Oh, no. So the beers are going to – so beers, we also purchase a cart, a concession cart. So our – we're going to have Bud Light on there. We're going to have Coors Light on there. Our beers are $3 for a can or $4 for a bottle.
Great.
We understand the pricing issue.
Great.
But beers are beers. We're not charging $8 for a beer. I mean, for an IPA, for like a sip of sunshine, that's got to be accordingly what we're priced at. But for a Bud Light or a Coors Light, that's going to be extremely competitive with every other golf course. I mean, we're not going to charge you $7 for a Coors Light. And for a can of beer, it's going to be like $4 in a course.
And you get taps.
And we're going to have 8 taps on draft. We're going to have Guinness on draft. We're going to have a great beer selection. We have a Nepco. We have we have 3 two-rows beers. We have 3 Nepco beers. Then we have Guinness. So
perfect.
2 other ones
that solves my issue. I have one other. I'm kind of representing the seniors in this question. The seniors tend to play on Wednesdays. The ladies play on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And typically in the past, there has been a menu option for these people. When they come in for $20, they get, a limited offering for lunch. And I looked at option 1 at $45, and I think you're going to lose those guys. Go ahead.
That's a tournament. That's for a tournament, sir. That's if someone wants to do a golf outing, and that's all negotiable. Me and Bob we've had 3 very good conversations about booking outings, and those were just preliminary outing menus. We would be happy to build a professional lunch menu for you guys. Like we do that now at Boca, where we offer it for $14, where you get a soup or a salad and an entree. We are. I didn't know about the ladies eating for lunch, and we would be happy to offer a deal for that. I would have no problem making a menu just for that.
Perfect.
Yeah, that was one of my questions. I know you have like a professional lunch at Boca, and I think do you have that at Metro Kitchen too?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So I know these menus are really early on, but those kind of things would be a huge hit, I think, if you brought that over as well. So.
Listen,
right. I know, especially for the women when they play on Thursdays, and I can't speak for the women who play on Tuesdays. But yeah, offering something light for them at the end of the round versus like a big lunch, I think would be very appreciated by all.
Okay. Like, what do you have in mind? Like I said, like our professional lunch now, we charge $14.99, and we get a soup and a salad and an entree.
That's perfect.
You tell me what you like. Like I said, we're open. You give me ideas, and we'll put it on.
I know you are. Yep, absolutely. And I will speak to some of the women. And I can get back to you on that. What would they like for lunch at the end of their rounds? Absolutely.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then that brings me to my other question. My main concern about your menus was the pricing of the banquet menus. Again, we're trying to be competitive with all the other courses in the area and trying to draw tournaments to us. And I know I spoke with Bob a little bit, and Bob, you can probably elaborate a little bit more, but we're trying to stay to that 125 per person for tournaments. Is that correct?
Everything's negotiable.
So we spoke. We spoke with that, and that's what we're trying to. The golf course takes their $76, right? The town takes their $76. Right. That's for golf, and then obviously whoever comes to talk to us, we're going to negotiate with them because that's just for the food. Perfect. That doesn't even come. Doesn't include the alcohol in the course and what they want. So. Like I said, right. We want, especially in the first year, we want to be very competitive. Like I have a bunch of calls coming in next week for tournaments. I'm trying to get Fairfield National Little League. I'm trying to get FYF, which I actually coach in both those leagues. So we're gonna try to book at least 10 to 15 tournaments this year, and then grow from there.
That'd be perfect. Good. Thank you. And then again, I will speak with the women, see what they would like, and then I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, Ralph Badaro wants a London Royal dinner. Do we have to do that?
Be careful, he's listening.
Absolutely.
He's sitting right next
to me. Don't need that much food.
No, that's
All right.
These guys just.
All right.
I love the turn menu. I love the breakfast. Yeah. I love that. So thank you.
You got it. So anything else? Because obviously, what else is on the agenda?
Any other questions for them? I love the menus. I think they look great. I'm excited to have you guys in there. All right. Well, I do think we need to approve them. So unless there's any other questions, I will entertain a motion to approve the menus, obviously subject to this conversation, but let's approve the menus that we have right now.
You drink any beer?
All right. I'll make a motion to approve them again. I can't.
All right.
I hear a lot of background noise. I don't know if.
No.
Hello?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who it was. Hopefully they'll mute.
Okay. This is Priscilla. I'll make a motion to approve the menus.
I'll second the motion. This is Liam.
Great. All in favor to approve the menus for Boca, say aye.
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 Any noes? Any abstentions? Great. Unanimous. Well, thank you, guys. Looking forward to it. Keep us updated as you get in there and keep filling out the space.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Thank you very much. Good luck.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Moving on. Last item, communications. We have a couple here. Hey.
You got to jump back to locker rates.
Did I skip that? How did I skip that? Oh, man, I went right past it. Sorry, went out of order on that one. Okay. This is why we're here. All right. Let's talk about locker rates. Anthony, you sent us the Excel spreadsheets. Why don't you walk us through it? I think I understand it, but let's maybe you could just walk the commission through some of your figures here and your different breakdowns.
Okay, so everybody should have received the spreadsheet. Basically what I did here was in column C and D, you'll see the season fee and a daily fee. Half lockers, we have 30 half lockers in the men's room, 30 half lockers in the ladies' room. And then in the cart barn, we have the bag storage, which are full-size lockers. I built this in two different ways, and I used the fee of $40 a season for the half lockers and $125 a season for the bag storage, the full lockers in the cart barn. I used those numbers because those were the numbers that when we went through the approval process to get the building approved, those were the numbers we were using at all the different funding bodies. So kept those numbers the same. So in column C and D, you'll see if we were to rent out 100% of all the lockers, our total revenue would be about $13,000. Columns F and G are at 75% occupancy. I and J are at 50%, and L and M are at 25%. When we went before the funding bodies, we used 60% as our number, approximately 60%. So we were in the neighborhood of, I don't have the number in front of me, but like $7,800 for annual revenue. So that's the number that I'm carrying in next year's budget that is currently going through the approval process. Obviously, if we have more than 60% occupancy, that number will be exceeded. If it's less, then obviously we're going to be a little short. But in the whole scheme of things, on our every locker 100% rented, we're looking at $13,000. I mean, this is not a huge line item in the overall town budget. But in the golf budget, with a new clubhouse, it would be nice to be pretty close to 100% locker occupancy. But I guess some of the things to consider, the half lockers, for those of you who I know were at the tour of the building, were able to see those lockers firsthand and realize that they're pretty small. So, do we rent those out for a season fee for $40? I mean, it seems like a good deal to me. Or is it better just to do a daily fee? And you'll see at the 75% occupancy, 50%, and 25%. I basically just said, if we were renting these daily for $5 a fee, $5 a day, and we did that we rented 25 lockers in the men's room for the season, and only 25 in the ladies' room. I mean, those are very low numbers. We're only pulling in $250. Wasn't sure how you guys wanted to go with that. If you wanted to go the season pass, or if you wanted to do the daily fee. If we do a daily fee, we can have Bob and his staff manage it from the pro shop. I would recommend we put keyed locks on those lockers, and then when somebody wants to rent one, Bob gives them a key, and they take that key and they have access to that locker for the day. Maybe it's a $10 refundable deposit. If they don't turn the key in, we keep it kind of like an amusement park. The full lockers, as far as the rental procedure for those, I would recommend that we go with an online registration like we do with all our other Parks and Rec programs. So we would set a registration date, whatever date that is and time, and first come, first serve for the lockers that are available there. Happy to entertain any questions.
Anthony, it's Paul. What was
Anthony,
the rate the last year we had full lockers?
Last time we had full lockers, there were 40 lockers in the men's locker room, and they were $50 for the season.
So this is a big increase for those people.
Well, this is Peter. In my view, I think if we gave 30 people the opportunity to rent a locker for $40 for the season, I think we would rent all those. I think. But I think there's something to be said for having some available for just day use for people to come in. So, I'd be open to kind of hearing what people's thoughts are on renting either all of them or having some portion available. I don't think you need well, I don't know how many you need for daily, but I think there's some utility for having it available for just a walk-up person. That's sort of my thought on the half lockers. And for the cart barn, I again think, 86 is a lot. Maybe you don't get 100% utilization there, but it's still incredibly, in my view, reasonable price to store your bag for the year.
Anthony, if I could also make a comment, kind of piggybacking on that, and as I told you before during the tour, the women's half lockers in the locker room are very small. Most women, if they want to go and play around the golf and then change for dinner, whether at the club or somewhere else, they can't hold all the things that they're going to need to hold there. Do we have to rent those? I mean, can we just leave them open for people who want to use, or is the town set on renting them? I'm not sure that we're going to get it. I mean, I could be wrong. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you. I think that those lockers are very small. I don't know what the demand is going to be for those lockers. So yeah, I mean, we're not on the hook to necessarily rent them. I mean, obviously nobody's going to be putting their golf clubs in there. I mean, it's a backpack. So
if you can't even fit a full-size backpack in there. You know what I'm thinking with the women with the
I like Priscilla's idea. I wouldn't pay $40 for that thing for 100 years. I mean, you can barely fit most ladies' purses in them.
They're that small.
I mean, I would love just to leave it open for people to use during their round if they want to leave things in for and then stay at the club for dinner or something like that.
So, I have a question about Anthony. When we used to rent them, did they sell out? Like when I think you said, I don't remember how much you said they were, but were they always sold out every year?
They were sold out every year, and if you had one, you had one the next year. So it was always the same people that had them.
But can you do it like you do the
lottery?
Hold on one second, I just want to finish. Can you do it like you do the lottery for the beaches where, the lockers?
Yeah, that's how I would do them, yeah.
Yeah. Because, and I don't mean the little ones, Priscilla, because I wasn't able to go, but I think to be able to store your clubs for $50, that's really cheap all year.
Oh, no, these aren't the same lockers, Christine, that we're talking about.
Okay, so which lockers can hold a set of golf
lockers.
Clubs? Well, I didn't go because I wasn't able to be there, but which ones are the full lockers that you can put golf clubs in?
The $125 ones that are in the cart barn.
Oh, okay, and that's what they used to be, the $125?
They used to be $50, and they were only in the men's room.
Okay, so now you're
the women
proposing
didn't have the opportunity.
So you're proposing $125, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and then the ones that are in the locker rooms, what can they hold? Like just your personal, a change of clothes and your shoes, correct?
That's stretching it, Christine.
I don't think it's going to hold clothes.
So wait a minute, but are all the ones inside just these half lockers? There's no full lockers inside?
That's right.
That's correct.
Inside the clubhouse.
Okay.
I would say if you looked at a normal purse, the normal size purse that a lady has, that would fit in there plus maybe a shirt, a blouse. But
so it's really just for your
you
golf
ain't
shoes,
putting a pair of shoes in there on top of the purse, on top of a shirt, a blouse. What would you say there?
Were they made purses? Why were they made so small? Was it an error, or was it? Why are they so unusable?
I don't know. I'm going to take a backpack up there tomorrow and see what I could fit in there.
They're basically a shoe locker. I mean, my belief is it's a shoe locker. If you consider you show up at the golf course with a pair of shoes.
Bob, what do you think they were made for?
Well, it's at most a shoe locker.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It's not really conducive
that
to
seems
golf
hard to
clubs
believe
or anything.
that for that, if it's just that.
Yeah, I just think we should leave them for people to come up and use them.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And Priscilla, how would they lock them on their own?
I mean, if they've been given permission, you bring a lockup, and just say that it can't be left overnight. It can't be left overnight. It's for your daily use only, and we could have a policy that if they're locked overnight, you get a lock cutter and cut them off. This can be put signage up or whatever.
We don't want different locks on those, right? So I don't think we want to have personal locks on them. So I think I hear we could do what Anthony and Bob said before, which is we could provide them, the key or whatever you want to call it to get access to it at no charge versus charging for it.
Okay.
But I certainly don't want to get people, coming there with a lock and then have somebody have to go cut that lock off.
That's so.
My thought would be, I don't mind not charging for them. I think we should still give the option of some of them. If somebody wants to rent them for their shoes, for $40 for the season, maybe we limit the number that we would rent out for the season, and then all the rest are just daily use lockers for free, which probably means nobody will rent them because they probably won't all be full ever, and so they would just put their shoes in and want to. But I think if somebody wants to rent it for the season, at least my personal view is, maybe we have a portion of them available for a seasonal rental.
Well, right. How many people will probably use them per day if they're, if they're not all taken? I mean, 5 to 10 usually guests maybe might use them. So maybe we do rent out. Why not rent them out? Because otherwise it might be a little bit chaotic in there. And my only concern about the locks, Bob, is that going to be, someone needs a key. Do you have to is that going to be a lot of extra work for your staff, handing out keys or keeping track of all that stuff?
So just like Anthony was saying, like in amusement parks, it works pretty easy. I'm sure there would be some upfront costs to, outfit the lockers, but I don't find it to be extremely challenging. I don't think the demand is going to be that big.
No,
Once
on
you
the little
see them,
ones, I think the big ones are going to sell out.
Yeah, you just got to see them. You can't think about it because it's not the normal way of thinking of a locker. It's super small.
Right. Try the wrong word used to describe it. So I agree, though. I think the big lockers are going to go really quick, and I like your price, Anthony. And I think it should be a lottery system because people shouldn't be able just to keep using them.
Yep, I agree with that.
So, Anthony, how will the large locker lottery system work?
So we would set a date and time. I'm just going to say, for example purposes, March 1st, 9 a.m., go online, and the first 86 people that go on and complete their payment would be assigned a locker. And then from there, I would pass that roster on to Bob and his staff and let them actually assign the lockers. So it's not like when you go online, you're going to choose locker number 1. I would give Bob, the ability to assign those lockers. And that's how we do our Penfield lockers and some other things now.
And Anthony, those lockers have been ordered; they just haven't been arrived and installed.
So I believe there's 60-something lockers that have been ordered and that we actually have on hand. They haven't been installed yet. And then there's an additional 20 to 25 that still have to be ordered that are on the punch-out list. So.
Got it.
And that will be through the golf web page. Whereabouts would people go? Will you be very specific for? I mean, how do people know about this?
Well, we can email our entire database, which is well over 26,000 people. It'll be on the rec website. It'll be through the rec software, but I could put it on the golf website. We would advertise it. It's not like I would decide we're doing this, the lottery is going to be tomorrow and we're not going to, give people time. I would try to set a date now and start advertising it, soon. so people so we have a few weeks before we actually do the lottery.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the calendar right now. I would try to set, if I was going to start advertising these this week, I would try to set a date for like March 4th or March 11th, somewhere around that time frame. So basically a month we'd have to advertise so everybody would know.
Right. All right, so what I think I'm hearing here is generally the full lockers seasonal rate of $125 looks good. On the half lockers, we're either all daily usage for free or potentially 20 and 20, 20 at seasonal fee of 40 and 20 at a daily fee of 0.
Yeah, I guess you can
What's
see
everybody's
what the
preference?
Right, season. I mean, if it ends up being 30 or 15, you'll know what your demand is, right? But give the option.
Yeah, I guess it's a cap. Right, exactly right, Peter. It'd be more like, okay, we'll rent up to 20, but if only 5 are rented, the remainder are all daily usage. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. That's probably where I would lean on this. Is give the option to have a seasonal one, even though knowing that probably not many of those will rent out for the season and the rest will just turn into daily. But I think to Mike's point, I just don't see 40 or 60 lockers, 60 lockers on a daily basis being used by, people just coming in for the day. So I think we might leave something on the table here if we don't do any seasonal.
People are going to leave their stuff in their car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't see anyone renting those lockers. I mean, there's no purpose. They're so small, and again, it doesn't fit anything. I mean, my personal opinion is just to leave them open for people who want to use them. Maybe they don't get used. I mean, I don't know.
Is there any option to convert them to full lockers? Is there any option to convert them to full lockers?
No, there's not enough room in there.
I don't think so.
And let's go back
there's no option to combine the two and make it one, just each one thing. No. Just change the doors, take out the middle
Liam,
divider.
You need to go look at it. They're already installed. They're there.
Liam was there.
And the point is,
I saw them. They're pretty small, but there's no, the locker company. They don't have the ability to convert them. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So let's go back to. Let me just make a point. We want to bring events in, and people come to an event and they pay $125 or whatever to play golf. It would be nice to have lockers available to these people that come in to play in an event and put their shoes somewhere, change their shoes. So I think there's a benefit to what Priscilla said. Just leave them open and let people use them.
I agree with that. I think it's a good point.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I think by default, these are all going to be daily use. So it just doesn't sound like they're going to get rented. So you're right. Maybe we're kind of overthinking this a little bit here. Just make them all daily for free and just move on.
Yeah, we had 6 lockers in Dave's locker room before, and they ended up just being loaded with Christmas decorations. So that was.
I mean, this is all a learning thing too. We'll figure out. We'll see what happens as it goes along. Next year if it turns into something that we need to deal with, we'll deal with it.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, it's $1,200 or whatever. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. All right, Anthony, you're good with that, assuming that's how we move forward here?
Yes, I'm good with that. Understood.
Yeah, because it'll knock the budget down. Well, we don't really know, but you projected at least some level of revenue from those lockers, right?
That yes, I did, but I think we'll be covered by the full lockers. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I agree. If you did 60% on the full lockers, we'll make up for the half lockers for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So I'm okay with that. If everybody's on the same page, I'll entertain a motion to make the half lockers daily for free and the full lockers seasonal at $125 a season.
This is Mike. I will make.
Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Sorry, Priscilla. I'll make a motion to make the daily lockers free and the full lockers $125 for the season.
This is
Great.
Priscilla. I'll second that.
Awesome. All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any noes or abstentions? All right. Unanimous. Good. I got to go see these lockers. I haven't seen them yet. All right. Make sure I didn't skip anything else. I think that's everything. All right. Moving on. Communications. We've got a couple communications. First one we got was from Kevin Flynn, who was concerned that there might be unsupervised teenagers at the new clubhouse. I guess on this one, all I have is, just have an open mind and give the clubhouse, Bob, a chance here. I really want Smith to be welcoming to everybody, young and old, and new golfers and experienced golfers. I don't think anybody's going to have any problems with any of the people using the course. We haven't even opened yet, so all I can say is let's give it a chance. I think everybody will be really, really thrilled and happy with how it turns out. We also received an email from Craig Curley and the men's club requesting a memorial plaque on the fire pits. This one is going to take some conversations both with Parks and Rec, the Golf Commission, and Boca. As everybody knows, Boca rents the patio and is tasked with fitting out the patio with furniture and equipment. So until we really know what the town is going to be doing with the patio and the fire pit, like Anthony said, they haven't ordered the fire pit yet. That's under consideration. I think we need to table this until we know what the plan is with the patio, and then we can have a more detailed conversation at that point. And then lastly, we did get, Prue, are you on? I can't remember. I was just actually trying to pull it up as I'm talking here. We got another email right before the meeting.
I am here. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm trying to find it. You just sent it to me right a couple hours ago.
Okay. Was that
was
from?
Graduating how well run the par 3 was, right?
Yes.
Yes.
It was
from
yes.
Phil Cheevers and Perry Heron.
Yes,
just right
and they
in the
were
case
very
I
complimentary of
pulled
the
it up.
par 3.
Yeah, and the starters also.
Yes. Very good email. Very happy with the par 3 and the way it was run and the shape it's been in, with all the new play too. So very nice, kind email. So appreciate that. All right. That is everything I have. Unless there's anything else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
No one's going to make a motion. This is Priscilla. I'll make a motion.
Nobody wants to go.
Usually that's the easiest motion. Nobody. All right, Priscilla. Anybody seconding it?
I'll second.
I'll second.
All right. Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Great meeting.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank
Have
you.
a great evening.
Okay. Yeah. See you guys.